before we started recording, we were talking about how you went to live taping of SNL and how it's just chaotic.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could never do SNL because I get a case of the giggles and I would break character. And you said,
I said that's my favorite part is when they're like can't keep it together on the show.
okay, so me too. I mean, once in a while, but so do you remember Chris Kattan when he was on SNL?
I did a movie with Chris Kattan.
Did the dancing one in Vancouver?
No, it was called Christmas in Wonderland in Edmonton.
Shut
I'll tell you all about it after, but keep telling me the
Wait,
story.
I went for dinner with Chris Kattan in Vancouver and like hung out with him for a few days.
Hilarious.
It's so funny and not romantically. I was actually we were trying to find him a girl, but he told me that they used to actually get annoyed at Jimmy Kimmel all the time because he would break character so often and they were all trying to be professional and they were trying to make it, SNL was like a stepping stone for them to then make it into the like world of movies. And so he said they used to get annoyed at him all the time because everyone would think it's so funny except for the actors. They were like, he's not professional.
Yeah, he always I feel like Jimmy Kimmel still to this day breaks down like on his show.
He literally is Mr. Giggle Pants.
Yeah, but that's why you love him. Is it okay if I already break into this?
Please.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks
Have
for
you
having
been
me.
on the Jimmy Kimmel show or what?
I did
Fallon?
Jimmy Kimmel. I didn't do Jimmy
Kimmel.
Fallon. Yeah.
Okay. Which he's also just an absolute gem. You've had really just quite the career from like acting into singing, and like we need to point this out to everybody that you grew up in Medicine Hat. I grew up in Leduc, Alberta. I wonder exactly. Can you Google for us something?
How far? is
Yeah.
that?
How far is Medicine Hat from Leduc, Alberta?
I do feel like that's probably why we're both so cool.
It checks out.
I mean, it does check out. It's just like if you come from such a small place.
5 hours.
Okay, yeah,
We
neighbors.
grew up 5 hours from each
That's
other.
crazy.
And now we're in Nashville.
Crazy.
You're doing a lot more than I am. But
Oh gosh, no.
no, it's great. So you grew up on like a really small, like a ranch. You were drinking well water.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It was like the middle of nowhere. It was my family, my aunt, uncle, their kids, and my grandparents. It was like a little like commune.
Okay,
Like-
what? There should have been a TV show made around that.
I know. It was actually like the sweetest. Like I have a daughter now, and it was like the sweetest way to grow up because
Yeah.
I didn't have cell service. Like even to this day, I don't think there's cell service out there.
Really?
So it's like just a very small, secluded little area.
So not only are you cool, but you're humble as too.
I mean, sometimes.
Well,
Just kidding.
it must be so crazy though to go from that way of living to like being a star in Nashville. Like,
Yeah, I do think it like definitely. I mean, obviously, it's like the reason why I am the way I am in so many different ways.
Right.
But it is like I'll never be a person that has like a crazy big head just because that's where I came from and my
Yeah.
family's still there.
Yeah.
And like
Your family's all still there?
You know, it's just like when you're from such a small little place, you can't.
I mean,
be-
all you have is your imagination.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
That's how I always remember it. Like I'm trying to think of what you could do in Leduc, Alberta. Sometimes people from Leduc are like, "Don't shit on it," and I'm like, "I'm not. I'm so happy that's where I grew up. I'm so happy that's like the life I lived
Right.
because I do think it shapes you."
Is your family still there?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, well, my dad and my stepmom are there. My sister, my niece and nephew, they're all there in the same small town. And then my mom and my stepdad, they're like snowbirds. They went to Mexico in the winter, just outside of Vancouver, as you probably know, Kelowna
Yeah.
in the summer.
Love Kelowna.
I love it there so much.
Good wine.
It's such good wine, but I get scared. The secret is totally getting out about how good Kelowna is, and it's probably because I'm talking about it right now
I know.
on a podcast.
I have a
but
couple friends that live there, and I played a show there this year, and my whole band was like, "We need to come here way more because it's such
Isn't
a
it
good
ama-
little place."
oh, and did you go when the weather was nice too?
Yes, in the summer it was gorgeous.
It's truly one of my like adult Disneyland happy places when it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you grow up in a musical family?
Yes, so
Like you guys should have been a TV show. You were like you had a traveling band.
we did a traveling band, and it was like the cheesiest little thing.
I am obsessed. Do you know wait, who are the guys from
Hunter Brothers? Are you thinking Hunter Brothers?
No,
Oh.
but they're brothers. He went solo just recently. They're from a very small town in Alberta, Mennonites.
Is it High Valley?
High Valley.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Is
yeah.
it similar to that? Like they had a traveling band?
We did. Ours was not as cool. Like we played like old folks homes.
Cute.
Very cool. Yeah, retirement homes. We played like little tiny festivals, like literally like not cool things we would play. And
But that makes it kind of cool.
now
it's
it does
sweet.
in the moment.
Yeah.
I remember like going to school when I was, in grade like 6, 7, and I play the violin.
Yeah.
And all my friends were like playing volleyball and basketball and like cool things. And
Yeah.
I had to like bring my violin and put it in my locker because I
Aw.
had lessons after school. And I remember being like so embarrassed. And now I'm like, oh, that's really cool. But at the time,
Totally.
it wasn't cool.
That's like my dream in life is if I have kids, I want them to be like in band. I feel like band kids always grow up to like do something special.
Yeah, I feel like the like not cool kids grow up to be cool kids,
Yes.
right?
I was in the middle.
So was I. So was
Yeah.
I. So
I was like friends
still
with
in the
everyone. I was friends with like the cool kids. I was also friends with like the nerd group. I feel like I was kind of like I identified more with the nerds, to be honest with you.
Which makes you cooler now.
Well, and that's because they're always the nice ones.
Or
The
the
God, the
smarter,
girls
like
were mean to me. And did you get bullied in school at all?
I did not like get no, I did not get bullied.
Amazing.
I like was very lucky. My cousin was like the coolest kid in school, so I kind of had like a good in. But I was not the coolest either. I was the same as you, kind of just like
Friends with
slid under the
everybody.
radar.
Yeah. I guess I shouldn't say I got bullied. I just had a group of girlfriends that were mine. Like my group of girlfriends were not very nice to me.
Really.
Yeah, I still to this day don't know why, but that's for my therapist, not this. And then, so your brother won Canadian Idol
Yes.
in when, 2004?
2004. Yeah, I was like 13 at the time.
So you just grew up in this musical family. What? Take me back to that before we get into your brother. So what was that like to grow up traveling with a family doing music? Like, did you?
It was really sweet. It
Yeah.
was like
Did you guys all get along?
totally. Yeah, like
Oh,
we
that's
were
sweet.
really good friends and still are really good friends.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know anything else. Like
That's true.
that's what we did, and it was like such a little humble like life that we all lived. Like nobody. So me and my brother were I'm in entertainment. He was.
Yeah.
But there was nothing in my family. Like my parents are ranchers. They had
Yeah.
no idea about like the entertainment industry or anything
Yeah.
like that. So it was so naive and innocent, and like, you know, we had like a medley of like the Beatles and the Beach Boys and like just like that kind of stuff where we'd play, you know, Avril Lavigne songs, like just little kids playing
Cool.
music.
I love. Do you have footage of this?
Oh, so much footage.
Good. Have you seen that trend that's going around on the internet? And it's like, I remember when I lost my mind. And that's like, so it would be like, you know this trend. It would be like, let's say you did this, you had a crush on a boy. And maybe this is true, but I'm making it up. So if you had a crush on a boy and he like loved Avril Lavigne, you'd be like, at the beginning of your TikTok, it'd be you being like, I remember when I lost my mind. And then it would be footage of you just like singing Avril Lavigne.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, you should do it. Do you do TikTok?
I do TikTok.
You kind of have to.
I have to, yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
There is like an aspect that I enjoy that it gives you a bit more control, like over
Totally.
your art a little bit.
Yeah.
And then there's an aspect that I like hate.
Totally.
Do you feel the same way? Like,
I mean, yes, it's a blessing and a curse. It's a platform, but it comes with a lot of
yeah.
shit.
I feel like they're like with entertainment now, like it's still on the like, if your song blows up on TikTok, then maybe it's a hit.
Yeah.
And like that is frustrating to me. But it's
Yeah.
also like, if my song blows up on TikTok, then maybe I get like a step above, you know?
Well, it's hard too because you say having control over your own stuff. That's hard in the music industry because a lot of labels and everything have so much control over their artists that it is nice that you can have TikTok and kind of.
Totally. I mean, I have so many friends that are on label deals that like they have a whole record and they're just shelved. Like they don't ever get
yeah.
to put it out. And like that to me is like so sad.
That is sad.
It's sad because it's like that's that person's like life and
Well,
career and
You worked so hard to get there and then you sign and it's supposed to be like this exciting thing and then they just, I don't know. I don't like that whole world scares me for artists too because
and you can't get out of it.
yeah,
and,
you can't get out of it.
Yeah. Luckily, like the label that I'm on does not do that.
They
Like,
don't?
No, like they might not take you to radio, but they're
Right.
not gonna like just shelve you and like never release your
Okay,
music.
so and is that why you can have control over TikTok? Like
yeah, and you can like throw demos and stuff up there and
Oh,
like
cool.
that kind of thing. But yeah, I have a love-hate
yeah,
relationship with
I
all
get-
social media.
yeah, I get that. I mean, how did your song blow up with Dustin Lynch? Was that on the radio?
That was on the radio.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was like, I don't know if I've told you the story, but he was basically like asking people to audition for the song. So I auditioned to be on the song with him. And he got like a whole folder of like singer A, B, C, whatever down the line to whatever, how many he had. And he didn't know whose voice was whose. And he just picked his favorite voice. And that was me.
Wait, that's cool. I was
Yeah.
gonna be like, it's because you're cute. Just kidding.
No,
I know you
and
have a great voice.
The crazy part is like once he picked it, he went onto my social media
Yeah.
and like followed me.
Yeah.
And then I noticed that he followed me. I'm like, oh, maybe this means because I hadn't heard anything.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe this means like something
Oh,
good.
so you hadn't heard anything yet?
No. And so I still have like the screenshot of like Dustin Lynch followed me
Yeah.
and I sent it to my label. I'm like, maybe this like guys, like he followed me on Instagram. And then like a couple weeks later, he called me and
That's
asked me to
so
be on it.
cool. When was that?
That was in 2020.
In 20. Oh my gosh.
Like it was a while, but it took, it takes a long time.
No,
for
I feel
songs
like
to,
that's so
chart.
recent, but I can't believe it's 2024. But like 2020 feels like the other day.
It does. It does. And that song, like it feels like that was the other day when everything was happening too.
Yeah, the song's called Thinking About You.
Yeah.
so country. But yeah, I remember that song too.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so great. So at what point in your life you had an acting career
Mm-hmm.
on a pretty big show called Travelers?
Yeah.
So
Vancouver. We filmed it in Vancouver.
was it Vancouver?
Yep.
How long did you film? Tell me that
We
whole story.
filmed for 3 years. So
Whoa.
that was kind of crazy. So I auditioned for the kind of like badass like warrior girl on the show, and they got like hit me back. They're like, we think she would be better for the girl who has a learning disability. Could you tape for that? And I
humbling.
was like,
That's so humbling.
yeah. But so I taped for that, and I got her.
Wow.
And so I got to play like the coolest character because she at the beginning of the show has like pretty severe learning disability, and then turns out to be like a doctor, and yeah, it's a whole like, time travel thing. So
Wait, and so did you always do auditions and
I did an audition yesterday.
For
I still do.
acting?
Yeah, I still do it all the time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
did you
so-
grow up acting or singing? I know you grew up singing, but when did acting come into your life?
Acting came in like I think I started auditioning when I was like 13, but booked my first series at 16. Then I did this show with Chris Kattan, the movie.
Right. Okay. What?
Yeah, in West Edmonton Mall.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Kattan. It was Patrick Swayze, Carmen Electra.
What the heck?
yeah,
That's crazy. What role did you play in that?
I played like so the whole thing was like kind of like Home Alone-esque
Yeah.
vibe. Like these kids get like they lose their parents in the mall.
Yeah.
And then there's
I
these
kinda
bad
remember
guys
this, yeah.
that
Yeah.
try to like get them. Chris Kattan was one of the bad guys. So I played his girlfriend, the
Oh,
little kid's
funny.
girlfriend.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
All right, I've got something super exciting to share with you all. My latest obsession, Feel Free Classic Tonic from Botanic Tonics. We all know how busy my days can be with meetings, podcasts, phone calls, spade and sparrows. Sometimes it feels just kind of impossible to stay focused. And sometimes my mood takes a little old hit. But ever since I've been using Feel Free to stay focused, I have felt much more positive, more focused, actually incredibly focused. Now, Feel Free is not just for work, although after a long day of recording and meetings, it's kind of also my go-to for a mental reset and a much needed just mood lift. It's honestly been a game changer for me. So I initially started using it for mood, focus boost, and I've also noticed a significant increase in my energy. So on a day where I feel either run down or tired, a serving of Feel Free just really perks me up. So whether it's an early morning workout or just a really busy work day, Feel Free keeps my energy up. And guess what? I don't need nearly as much caffeine anymore, which is a huge win for me. I was always just like taking the caffeine, crashing, blah, 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 the whole thing. So Feel Free has become my secret weapon for those low energy, low mood kind of days. I've found that having it 2 to 3 times per week kind of helps when I'm feeling kind of down, really helps me get through the rest of the week and maybe the tougher parts of the week. Sometimes I even enjoy it like an evening home if I'm being cozy before a night out with friends. It's perfectly just able to fit into my lifestyle. So if you are ready to make the switch to a natural energy boost mood lift, give Feel Free a try. Go to botanictonics.com and then use the code VINE at checkout for a $40 off a 12-pack case. Again, that's botanictonics.com/vine. I've been loving this tonic and I'm guaranteeing you will too. Okay, I've got something amazing to share with you. The Apollo wearable from Apollo Neuro. It's been a game changer for me. If you've ever felt overwhelmed, me all the time, or needed help transitioning from one part of your day to the next, the Apollo is perfect for that. I wear it through the day and it's made such a difference. Like in the mornings, it gives me a gentle little boost of energy to start my day. During work, it helps me stay focused and sharp, and it doesn't just stop there. So whether I'm heading out for a nature hike, doing yoga, winding down, the Apollo helps me find deeper relaxation and calmness. The soothing vibrations of Apollo vibes rebalance the nervous system so you can feel calmer and more in control. Like even at night, it supports me in falling asleep and staying asleep. So what I love about the Apollo is that it doesn't just track your health, it actively improves it by strengthening your nervous system. Oh, bless, Lord bless. I wear it on my wrist or sometimes my ankle. And with the app, I can easily select the right vibe for whatever I need. So whether it's energy, focus, relaxation, if you are ready to transform how you feel and improve your wellness, check out the Apollo. Go to apolloneuro.com and use code VINE to get 15% off your order. Super easy to wear, fits seamlessly into your day, and it helps you transition smoothly from one activity to the next. apolloneuro.com and use the code VINE. What's your favorite thing you've ever done out of acting?
I mean, Travelers, I definitely got to like do that character for the longest. I did it for 3 years. But then I did a show called Hell on Wheels on AMC. It's on Netflix now too. And
I've heard of that show.
Yeah, it's like a period piece back in the 1800s. And that was very cool because I got to like pretend like I was in the 1800s and wear like a corset every day.
Yeah.
And I played like a little pregnant Mormon girl. And it was a very cool show.
Wow. What do you like better, acting or singing? Or just kind of you love both?
I do really love both. But I feel like singing obviously is like me and my story, and then acting I get to like tell somebody else's story. So it's kind of like nice to like escape myself for a while.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, not be like in my own head writing my own feelings all the time.
Wait, I kind of like that form of disassociation.
Yeah, I know. You're like, I'm just gonna be somebody else and like somebody else's problems.
And get paid for it.
Yeah.
That sounds right up my alley.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so then you're still doing auditions. Is it the new song that's coming out, the Nobody's Born with a Broken Heart, or is that already out?
That's my record.
That's your record.
Yeah. So there's a song on it called that too.
I always get confused about names of record. So you could pick a name for a record and it could have nothing to do with the songs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could, or it could be a song on the record, or it could be like 21, which is like your age. Like it could be, you know what I mean? It could be anything.
Okay. So tell me about the process of creating this debut album.
So I have been writing for this record forever. Signed my record deal in 2016 and then right away booked Travelers. So I left for 3 years. And then so when I came back in, I guess it was like 2019, I started releasing music. The Dustin song happened 2020, and then finally I started working on this project. And I've just been writing for 3-4 years for it, and then finally felt like we had all the songs. And
how many songs is it again?
19.
That's bananas.
I know.
It's 19 songs.
So my record label like definitely puts out big records, but some of them I wrote, and then there's a couple on there that are like outside cuts too.
I can't even imagine writing 19 like sentences.
Girl, I've written like 300 songs. Half of them are probably like turd songs, but 19 that we felt were like good enough to put on the record.
That's freaking cool. I mean, I myself have written 4 songs, and
I've heard your music.
You have?
Yes, because you know that I'm really good friends with Brett and Cece.
Oh,
So we used to live in the same building as them.
Oh yes, I love
right
that building.
below.
Yeah,
So cute.
yeah.
He posted or something, or did you guys write it together, or like
We sang it together.
you
a
sang
couple
it together?
times.
I
Yeah.
saw that. Okay.
Oh,
I saw that.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Brett and Cece so much.
I love them so
They're little
much.
angels.
They're-
Like it's
They kind of live near
yeah,
Leduc, right?
Yeah, really close. Like
Yeah.
45 minutes from where I grew up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good people.
That they are good people. Was it a tough transition for you to do acting to music and try and go back? Like that must have been confusing.
It was, and I feel like back when I was like in the thick of it, people were like not as accepting as like musician turns actor or actor turns musician. I feel like it was like you could either be one or the other.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like Lainey's doing it, and Tim McGraw's doing it, and all these people are doing both.
Yeah.
But when I did it, I felt like people were like, "Oh, well, she's just an actress. She can't like
You
be
can't
a singer
sing.
too."
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, "But wait, I play the violin and I
Yeah.
studied my whole life growing up." But I do feel like that's changed now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's sad because sometimes you just have to prove yourself and
Totally.
show that you can do both. A lot of people want to put you in a box, or a lot of times people want to say women can, like
Especially if you're a woman.
Yeah, especially if you're a woman. So I was kind of thinking in the music industry in Nashville is tough for women too, but it is getting better.
It is.
Yeah,
it is
hope.
still like, and I do feel like a woman then like from Canada gets like tricky too.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is so crazy. But
Why
I can
is
only say
that?
that because you're also Canadian.
Because you're not country enough. You're like, bitch, look where I grew up.
I
I'm country
honestly
enough.
think
I
that
know.
is like how it is, and I'm like, but wait, like come and like look where I grew up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm down for the challenge though.
Well, you also, I feel like, are in 2 industries that you get told no a lot of times. Like acting, all these auditions that you go to, singing, putting music out there, like you're just constantly being told no, no,
Always.
no. So how do you keep, 1, your creativity, but 2, your confidence?
I think I'm like so delusional when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Oh,
Where
this
it's
is what I
like
hear a lot. You got to be a little delusional.
you do, and
Yeah.
it's like because what's the thing that's like if you hear the same outcome over and over again, like or wait, what's
Oh,
the,
is it the definition of insanity?
yes, where
Is
you do
doing
the same
thing over and
but like the
expecting
only
change?
time
Yeah.
that's like not right is in this field, I think, or like in your career where it's like no, you just kind of keep me like hitting your head against the pavement, and then one day,
That's a good point.
But I don't know, like honestly, this morning got an email that I didn't get this part that I like thought I was really close to,
shoot.
and it takes me like a day.
Yeah.
but I'm like a little bit down, and then I wake up the next day. I'm like, I'm prove those bitches wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that attitude though. It's like watch me kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
you're going to tell me no, but watch me, I'll find something else. And if actually Brett taught me this is if not this, then something greater.
Mm-hmm.
So, like that, I did a whole thing on my Instagram yesterday about the butterfly effect of my life and like where it started. And if I didn't move here, I wouldn't have met this person. If I didn't meet this person, I wouldn't have got my heart broken, which led me to here, like everything
Yeah.
that's kind of happened in your life. So they're like the no's are also for a reason. But
Mm-hmm.
God, you got to have a little bit of delusion to keep going.
do.
But I respect the delusion. I respect the delulu.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is like it's hard though. It's like just to hear that over and over and over again, and you're like, there's days you wake up and you're like, okay, maybe this isn't
Yeah.
right for me.
Yeah.
And then I always am like I'm religious, so I'm like, if there's like, give me a little sign.
Yeah.
And then something good happens, and I'm like, okay, this
Isn't
is
that
my sign
crazy?
to keep going.
I love when people ask for signs, whether it be a prayer or to the universe or whatever that it is that you believe in. Asking for signs is so powerful because even if that means you're now looking for that sign, it still means something to you and it gives you that little like validation and keep going.
Totally. And
Yeah.
it's like if you believe it, then you can make it happen too. So if you're like, even
Yeah.
if it's not a sign that you like create your own sign,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like the same thing maybe.
I honestly, this is so crazy, but I was talking to a guy and I asked the universe for signs. I was like, anything, like big red flag, like red balloons. And I went, red balloons. I want to see red balloons everywhere. And the next morning I wake up, Harry Jowsey starts a podcast. And for some reason, it's him walking out of a building with like hundreds of red balloons. And I was like, got it.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Did you stop talking to him?
No. I was like, I see green balloons.
They're kind of pink.
Yeah.
And they were pink.
A little pink, and if you look at it from a different angle, yeah,
Are
no,
they really balloons? I don't know.
yeah, they're not. Those are not balloons. They were heart shaped, so like that means love.
Love. That's hilarious.
Isn't that crazy? I do think like if asking for signs is one of my favorite things in the world to do. You also have to balance so much. Like you're a mother, you're a wife, you're a musician, you're an actress. So how?
I mean, it is everyone who said like having a baby, it's like it's really hard.
Yeah.
My initial thing was like, I got this, I can do it.
Yeah.
And then the first like few weeks, I was like, holy crap, this
Yeah.
is so hard and amazing at
Yeah,
the
of
same
course.
time. But like, there's no break. But she is now like getting to a point where like I can get ready and she'll sit in her bouncer and just chill. And before she would just cry. So we're getting to like a good spot. So I don't know.
Wait,
we're just,
what
like,
age is she now?
she's 11 weeks.
Oh,
Like, she's fresh.
Oh, she's so fresh.
She's a little freshy. Yeah.
What's her name again?
her name's Bowen.
Bowen. I love
Yeah,
that
Bowie.
name.
Yeah.
Where
she's-
did you?
So like
Bowie?
we went.
David Bowie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or we went to like Bowen Island.
Oh, I
a few
love Bowen
times.
Island.
Yeah. So gorgeous. So it was just I don't know. We just both liked the name, but
I'm obsessed with it.
thanks.
Yeah.
But she's so sweet, and we're just learning how to like like my husband's watching her now, and
Yeah.
then when I get home later today, I'll take over and he can work. And
Yeah.
we do have like some help too. So
That's nice. Is your husband in the music industry too?
yeah. So he is a producer, songwriter, actor. Same thing.
Oh,
Same thing. We do the same thing.
wow.
Yeah.
Do you get competitive or is it?
Luckily he is like the chillest human on earth.
Oh,
Like he
yeah.
is my like balancing kind of rock person.
Yeah.
But he also does like more Americana
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Okay,
so
cool.
we're not like in the same field
Yeah.
of music.
Okay.
But no, he's like
amazing.
he's super supportive, and we both are.
How
We're
long
like
you gu-
more money for both of us.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
10 years.
Oh
Or maybe 10 and a half. Like next year will be like the top of next year will be 11.
Oh,
A
that's
long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a
Again,
little sweetheart.
how?
Yeah.
So do you guys have like similar parenting styles? Are you what is your relationship dynamic like?
With the baby.
Well, before and after.
So I am like the wake up at 6 a.m. like go getter kind
Are
of
you?
person, and he is like, let's just like chill and like things
Yeah,
will like
ease
fall
into
into
the- yeah.
Yes, but he always says that I'll make us money and he'll make us really happy, which is like, so he'll be the type that's like, let's just chill tonight and like have a date night. And I'll be like, but we should get all this stuff done. And so he's like a great balance to my neurotic ways.
What is your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is his?
I don't even know. He's April 24th or 25th. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I can't believe you don't know it. Okay, you're clearly not into astrology.
I'm not a huge sign person. I know the number one, which I'm like a 3, and he's the number that.
Oh yeah, you are so 3.
Yeah, and he's the one that doesn't
Overachiever.
believe in the numbers.
Oh, he's a 9.
Probably 9.
Okay, wait, you're a Aquarius, you said?
Yes.
Wait, April
25th. I know Aquarius can be like
women.
a little challenging.
Yeah, but that makes you. That gives you character, you
That's
know?
what I like to think.
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm a Gemini.
Okay.
Oh, you're a good match. Obviously, you've been together for almost 11 years. You will both remain loyal to each other. You both have. He has protective nature, and it will compel you to pay him back for everything that he does for her. Aquarius women can be impractical and live their own dreamy world at times, but Taurus men can calm her down and bring her back to reality.
That's literally us.
Holy shit!
That's literally us. That's crazy.
See, you should look more into astrology.
I should.
It's legit. I don't care what people say.
Are you like really into it?
Well, I wish I was more knowledgeable. I wish I was smarter and like I hear everything and I go, that makes so much sense, but I don't retain the information. But every time I look it up, I'm so fascinated by it because it's like there's certain things where I'm like, I get it. That could be total generalized and you could be this and we could both be this. But when you get into birth chart and people like see where people were born at what time and when the stars were where they were, like it's pretty nutty.
Do you do the one that like the number one? What's that called? The
Enneagram?
The Enneagram.
Yeah. So I was a 3 for a really long time and then I switched into a 4 with a 3 wing and that makes so much sense.
What is the 4?
4 is like I can't remember exactly the term, but it's like
is it the helper, that one?
No.
Oh.
That's a 2.
Okay.
4
You're like, hell no.
I am not the helper. I'm like the individualist.
Okay.
Sensitive, introspective, expressive, dramatic, temperamental. But I've got a 3 wing, so I'm like also a go-getter. Yeah. I want to achieve. I want to be the best at what I do.
Don't you feel like you kind of have to be like as a female in our world?
Yes. But I think it helps to be that because some people don't have that in them and that might just not be who they are.
Right.
And I think that's why, like 0.01% of people actually make it in these crazy industries is because they're the ones that can take the no's, the rejection, have the delusion. They, I think that's why.
Somebody said to me one time that it was like the person that like just almost like hangs on the longest, which is like so like kind of a sad thing. But like you do get like so burnt for so long that like the person that just like shows up every single day and like continues to like have a positive mindset but shows up is gonna like win in the long run.
Yeah, I'm totally in a burnout right now. How do you deal with burnout?
I think, my gosh, I don't know, like just probably like my people, like hanging out with my friends and like also like I try to do the thing if I'm like feeling like super down where I'm like I have a healthy baby, I have a house, I have a job I love that I can support myself and like go through my like grateful list.
Yeah,
that does help me.
It really is. People I think forget the power of gratitude a lot of times. Like it's so easy to get caught up in the like even this morning, like I was just so grumpy and I didn't want to do the photo shoot because it was so hot in my house and I was tired. And then I kind of did the same thing. I'm like, oh no, Caitlin, I should talk nicer to myself. But I was like, oh no, Caitlin, do you have to do a photo shoot in your new house because these beautiful angels from Canada are designing your new podcast space? Like,
right.
That was me being grateful, but also a little sassy to myself. But it does help. It's perspective.
Yep.
And gratitude again. I did a meditation actually as well about gratitude because it really does help.
It does.
Yeah. It's, God, the hanging on thing though.
And it was kind of like sad to think of it that way. But I do feel like I like the idea of like the person who shows up every single day.
Yeah.
Is,
But also that can be in this industry, that can be in life. Like you just got to show up and you just got to keep going and hang in there and do your best. And I think at the end of the day, I think I don't believe in balance. I just don't think it's a thing. But you have to like at least try. You have to at least know how to recharge your own batteries, how to have gratitude, how to give yourself like grace and forgiveness when you're not doing as much as you think you should be doing. And then, go. I play hard, but I go hard, play hard, work hard. Whatever that saying is, that's what I do. And sometimes it's not good for my mental health, but sometimes it is.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a Gemini. It's I'm so confusing. If you are a pet parent like me, you know that keeping our furry babies, they say friends, furry friends, I call them furry babies, happy and healthy, it's a top priority, and that's why I love Chewy. They truly have everything you need. Chewy offers 100,000 products from all the brands that my pets adore, from food and treats to beds to toys. They truly have it all. And best part, everything ships directly to my door in just 1 to 2 days. So not just for dogs and cats either, they actually have supplies for birds, fish, reptiles, and more. And when it comes to keeping my pets healthy too, Chewy does have me covered with pet prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth vet visits, and they even have vet clinics rolling out across the country. It's amazing how they have thought of literally everything. One of my favorite features is Chewy's auto ship. I've set up reoccurring shipments of all the essentials that we use around here, so I never have to deal with that. I'm so disappointed. And you look from my dogs, they give me those looks. Have you seen ramen side eye? Happens. Auto ship ensures that I'm never running out of supplies and lets me change or cancel orders at any time. It's actually super convenient. And speaking of convenience, Chewy's 24/7 customer service, top notch. Okay, whether I need expert advice over chat or phone, or if I need to return something, Chewy's 100% satisfaction guarantee has got me covered. I can return items within a year, no questions asked. And Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. Right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewy.com/vine. That's chewy.com/vine to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. Minimum purchase required, new customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details. Off the Vine is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Let's face it, sometimes multitasking is overwhelming. Like when your favorite podcast is playing, the person next to you is talking, your car fan's blasting, you're trying to find the perfect parking spot. But then again, sometimes multitasking is easy, like quoting with Progressive Insurance. They do all the hard work of comparing rates so you can find a great rate that works for you, even if it's not with them. Give their nifty little comparison tool a try, and you might just find that getting the rate and coverage you deserve is easy. All you need to do is visit Progressive's website to get a quote with all the coverages you want, like comprehensive and collision coverage or personal injury protection. And then you'll see Progressive's direct rate, and their tool will provide options from other companies all lined up, ready to compare, so it's simple to choose the rate and coverages you like. Press play on comparing auto rates, quote at progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. Okay, I wanted to talk about being a Canadian, because you're big in Canada, and then making it in the States.
Mm-hmm.
What was that transition like for you? And are you like, because didn't you write say somewhere that it was like on your bucket list that you want to be known in both?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like, I mean, I'm still like grinding the pavement here a little bit.
Yeah.
But when I go back home, I get to like play in front of thousands and thousands of people. And like it is, that world is so good for my confidence. And then here is like good for my work ethic.
Yeah. Humbled again.
Yes, humbling. But I think like from like the very beginning, I knew like I wanted to come to Nashville and like try to make my way here. Like I just did an interview the other day that they're like, why didn't you just stay in Canada? And I was like, I really do feel like that if you're going to be like the biggest you can be, you have to come here.
That'd be like me going on the Canadian Bachelor. No, I wanted to go bigger.
Yeah. Honestly, like you, because it has more eyes and more like viewership, and so I'm still trying, but I do feel like my move here was like the best thing I ever could have done.
Well, because you get to, you put yourself in positions to meet the right people, and slowly but surely they see that not only are you talented, but you're also a good person, and you're like working for your family, and like you've got a good story, and it's hard to make it in Nashville in general, but I don't know if you're grinding the pavement, so to speak. You literally are like on tour with Blake Shelton, you're hosting the CMAs, like you're doing good.
Thank you.
I want to name like all your other things. What's the like thing you're the most excited about right now?
So much stuff. I am super excited to host with Thomas Rhett. That'll be super fun.
Yeah, he's a hoot.
So I've only met him like a couple times, but like backstage, like very fast. So I think that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
But touring, I don't know. The record was a big moment for me, and I think just like what I'm most excited about is to try to like tour this new project.
Yeah. How would you describe your style of writing and music?
I think I'm like definitely lean on the like more progressive countryside. Still like have like more of a pop influence, I think.
Yeah.
But I think it feels like honest and young, maybe, and
Yeah.
like fresh. I don't know.
No, I like
is
that.
like okay to say about?
Young, honest, fresh, and like a little progressive in the country world. I
Yeah.
like that.
I don't know.
Oh, I like that.
Okay,
Do you
thanks.
do like singer-songwriter like style? Like because you write all of your music.
Mostly all of it. Yeah. I would definitely like start all my songs on just a guitar vocal and
Yeah.
then build them up from
That's
there.
the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Do you know who Jen Denmark is?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my God, you need
Should
to.
I?
Yes. She helped me write one of my songs, and she's just a dear friend, but she's so talented and so well connected in the city. Oh my God. And she's just a good human. But so I'll be sitting, because I can play like 4 chords on a guitar maybe.
That's all you need. That's all you need for country music.
Sure, but I can't sing at the same time. So I like to think I'm a good storyteller, or I can come up with certain ideas for songs, and I can help write, but I need people like Jen Denmark, or people like you have, or people like you in general that know what you know how to write a song. Like,
I like always co-write. I love that like collaborative thing too. So I feel like I do need like professional songwriters.
really?
Yeah. Like I mean, I can write by myself, but if I wanted to, every
Oh,
song
like
on the
lay
record,
down a track?
yeah, every song on the record is co-written. So
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool. Who's somebody that you like loved co-writing with?
So 2 of my best friends, Parker Welling and Lydia Vaughn, are like all over the record,
Yeah.
and they are not only like my favorite writers, but 2 of my favorite people in Nashville. And they're like young, and Parker and I had our babies like 3 days apart. Like we're just like super
Oh,
tight.
that's nice.
Yeah, you should write with both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really want to get back into it, because when you just have this gut feeling about what's next, like I just kept thinking I think the last year I've been like, what do I just want to be like doing something I love. And all my friends are like, you love singing, you love writing music. Like, even if it goes nowhere, it's something that you love and you never know. And I'm like, that's so true.
So would you do country?
I like country pop. Like, I think I would, I love just like singer-songwriter style of kind of like one song could be country-ish, one song could be pop-ish. Like, I just want to do.
That's the thing with like records these days, that like you really can have
Yeah.
like stuff all over the board.
Maybe
too.
I'll rap on one.
Hell yeah, girl. I love it. I love it.
I also am like grinding the pavement. I'm just laughing reading this. You were the first female artist in 22 years to have 3 back-to-back #1 singles at Canadian country radio after Shania Twain.
I know. That's like so wild to me.
That's great. That's a crazy fact.
Yeah. So I always just like, I always say that I feel stupid when people like put my name beside hers, because she's just like
Queen.
massive
Yeah.
and like as big as it gets.
Yeah.
But I will be happy to be like on the same little tiny path as her, that like maybe one day could
Oh.
get there,
I mean, you're doing all the right things, and you have the talent and like the personality. You have it all.
Thank you.
You just-
she
Just
is
gotta
like,
keep hanging in there, apparently.
for how long?
just keep hanging in there.
We're both just like,
By a thread.
yeah. No, I'm so bummed. So I got like an offer to open up for her, but I already had a show booked
Oh,
on the
my
day. So I didn't get to do it. But I would love to like meet her one day.
Do you know Lindsay L?
I know Lindsay very well.
I figured.
Yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah,
Couple
she's a little sweetheart.
I'm obsessed with her.
She's so sweet and she's crushing it. And
Yeah, I'm so proud of her. She's just one of my favorite people on the planet. It took you 6 years to write this album?
yes.
See, I believe that.
Yes, I know. Okay, well, the first 3 I was
19 songs?
19 songs.
But
yeah.
you were back and forth from acting.
Yes.
Okay, that makes more
But
sense.
it still took a long time.
That makes sense. So have you started preparing for CMAs? Obviously,
So-
you have not spent a lot of time with Thomas, but like to host CMA Fest, like that's big.
Yeah, so CCMAs, which is
CCMAs.
yes, so the Canadian
Why
one.
is Thomas Rhett doing that?
They always have like a big US person.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
it'll be really, really sweet.
Where is it? Calgary?
Edmonton. Yeah.
When?
Yeah, you should come.
Yeah, when?
September. So I
Okay.
think like maybe Carly did it last year. Carly Pierce did it last year. So they always have like somebody.
I'm literally sitting here thinking you've got like a week to prepare. And
No,
I'm like,
girl,
you've met him
no.
once. Okay.
No.
Okay. That makes
I
so
would
much
be
more sense.
sweating.
Oh my
if that
gosh.
was the case. No.
Okay. Well, how are you preparing for that?
So we're just starting like now, like
Cool.
looking at scripts
Yeah.
and like performance kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
yes, no, I would be literally dying
Yeah,
if that was
shitting your
next
pants.
week.
I was like, I'm worried about you. Dude.
Yeah.
I was like, unless you're like,
Although I do feel like things like that literally come together last minute.
it's so true.
but-
I feel like, and if you're the right personality for it, like, do you get really nervous on stage?
I get more nervous for like talking. Like
Oh,
reading
yeah.
a
Well, that makes
teleprompter
sense.
is like so scary to me.
Oh, see, singing would be 10 times more terrifying for me than reading off a teleprompter.
I feel like I can't read. Like every time I'm like, I literally am like, I don't know how to read anymore.
Well, a teleprompter is very intimidating. I got to host the finale of, was it Michelle or Katie's season? One of the Bachelorette seasons. I had to do it by myself because Tasha was sick, and it was 3 hours of live television. And I had never really been trained on a teleprompter. And like, if you should see me read ads for my podcast, I'm like reading them, and I will just go dyslexic, like so bad. But I don't know how I did it. I did 3 hours, and I was like, I nailed it. I have no idea how.
Were you like sweating?
Yes. But I feel like maybe this could be advice for you. The most important thing that I did and learned is if you just go through that script so many times, it'll come, like, you'll just know what word is next.
Yep.
And to just really take your time, because I think nerves make people want, all about nerves and performing on stage, but it does make you perform faster. So like, take a breath, take your time.
Yes.
It'll be good.
I think if I can I probably will memorize the entire thing just so I can or at least kind of know that if something goes wrong with the teleprompter, I can,
yes,
improvise.
Yes. Do you feel like you're good at improvising?
I do feel like I'm pretty good at improvising.
That is all of that too. Like those little moments in between. And I feel like Thomas Rhett is so good at that as well. You're doing big things.
Thank you.
All right, shift in the old wardrobe from summer to fall. Always a challenge. Now, luckily, Quince offers timeless and high quality items that I adore, ensuring that my wardrobe stays fresh and I don't blow my budget. I do have a budget for clothes. I really work on it. Quince has everything I need, like cashmere sweaters starting at $50, some silk maxi skirts for a night out. I love pairing a maxi skirt with a band tee. And don't get me started on the gorgeous jewelry they have. And the best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. So by partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out that cost of the middleman and then passes the savings on to lucky us. And I love that Quince works with factories that use safe, ethical, responsible manufacturing practices along with premium fabrics and finishes. So I've filled my closet with Quince's cashmere sweaters and silk tops. I've literally worn these pieces for both casual outings and dressier events, and they just compare so well with other luxury brands in terms of style, quality, price. So make switching season a breeze with Quince high quality closet essentials. Go to quince.com/vine for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/vine to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/vine. You've also toured with huge names. Like you opened for Keith Urban.
Yes. Keith is this year. So we're about to head out this year.
You're opening for Keith Urban this year.
Yeah. So Keith, Parker McCollum, and Brett Young. So we're kind of hitting all the stops.
What are you looking forward to the most on that?
I think with Keith, it would be learning his ways.
Yeah.
He's just such a beast.
Yeah, he is.
So amazing. Of course, I'm gonna try to show him that I play the fiddle and be because I know he had Lindsay, I think, come up and play guitar. So I'm gonna be hey, I play this. You want me to pop up with you?
The fact that you can play that's so cool.
Thank you. I did. We were out with Brad Paisley before, and literally an hour before his show, he's do you want to come sing Whiskey Lullaby with me? And I was I do, but I didn't know every single lyric of that song, which is a very lyric heavy song. I mean, obviously I know the song, but I was backstage memorizing it, and I was I'm gonna play the fiddle on it and just see if he would be into that. So I went back. His security brought me back into his dressing room, and I was I brought my fiddle. Do you want me to try on?
So cute. I brought my fiddle.
And he's yeah, let's see. And I played it. And he's yeah, you can do that. And we did it every single night for the whole tour, and it was just so awesome. So maybe I'm gonna try to sneak my way on Keith's.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you take that delusional confidence and you turn it into real confidence and you do your thing. That's amazing. How freaking cool.
It is fun to go out with them, and
the behind the scenes of it must be pretty funny too.
Totally. And you see just how normal everybody is.
Mm-hmm.
Even I did a show with Keith before, and Nicole was there, and I was and
she's just such a presence.
Oh my
she
gosh.
just radiates confidence.
I can't remember what I said, something super awkward to her. She was so it was backstage, and what did I say? Oh, I was she was it's cold back here, and I was yeah, I wish we all had mittens, and I was what the why did you just say that?
I would have been yeah, Nicole Kidman.
That would have been better than me saying mittens. But just so awkward, and
her presence would make me say the dumbest shit. I was behind her. Where was I recently? CMT Awards, I guess, and I showed up late. That was on purpose. I was the good people show up late on the carpet.
Yeah,
and I didn't even care if they just brushed me through. I didn't care. I was just I'm just happy to be here. Don't know how I got here, but they were in front of me. And I was just watching the way she moves.
This is like just a star.
And the way she talks to people and just like looks at him. Oh, everything. I'm like, you are a robot, like in the best way, not like no personality. I mean, like, it's like she's like
like button. AI, like too perfect.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
She's like a perfect little AI doll.
Yeah. And like so tall and like so beautiful.
And her bone structure and just like, I can't do anything but picture her like having a fake orgasm on Moulin Rouge.
Oh, okay. I feel like she maybe had one on Big Little Lies too.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, she was so good in that
she was
too.
So good.
That's amazing.
So okay, I've had to do a couple sex scenes in acting.
No.
Always just like the weirdest. But so every time I watch like another actor do it, I'm like, I wonder like how many people are in that room. And like I did one with this guy. It was so sweet. He was like, it wasn't sweet, like, but it was, he was sweet that he was on top of me, and between takes, he would like kind of plank above me because he didn't want to be
respectful.
Yeah, trying to be respectful, but like he's planking for like 3 minutes, so he's like shaking, and I'm like, you can lay down on me, it's totally fine, like we're good. And he's like, no, I'm good, just like planking above me.
Wait,
it was so cute.
Do you just like after a while just surrender to it?
You just have to like, yeah, you do. And like, this is your job. And it kind of gets just normal. And there's literally like 50-year-old men.
Seen it all before.
Yeah. Like standing behind the cameras. And yeah.
I mean, I kind of know what that's like from being the Bachelorette, but not that.
Right.
Not like sex scenes.
They don't bring the cameras in.
Part.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They leave for the fantasy suites. But even just like making out in front of cameras is so weird. So I can't imagine like a full on like sex scene.
But like yours would be scarier because it's like you, where it's like me, it's like in a script, like
that's true. You know. Do they wear like something to keep their boners
down?
They
wear like, it's called a cocksock.
A cocksock?
Which is basically just like a little like coin pouch.
No.
That they like wrap everything in and tighten it, and it kind of keeps it all at bay. Yeah. But my husband, like, so he was on Nashville, and he was on Daisy Jones and the Six, and the first time he had to do like a makeout scene, he was like, can I like practice on you? I'm like, you're not practicing on me, you're kissing me with another girl.
Yeah.
But he was so nervous, so I was like, okay, you can practice on me. Aww. So
did he put on his coin purse?
No. He should have. He needed it. But he was like, it's just nerve-wracking because you do not want to get a boner when you're doing it, because it's kind of like rude, but it's also like rude if you don't. No,
also I'm like, what if like, well, this probably happens where you accidentally like go.
I feel like there's like so many people.
Yeah, too nerve-wracking to actually let go that much.
Yeah.
So when he makes out with people on shows and you make out with people, like you guys don't get jealous.
The first, like before he was, because I was acting first, and when we first started dating, he was like very jealous.
Yeah,
like we like almost broke up a couple of times when I had to do.
I would find that really challenging. Yeah,
but now he's like, go get it, babe, like you're so sexy, like go do your thing, because he knows me, and he knows that like I'm just would never do anything, and that I'm more nervous about like how I look and how I'm gonna do than any sort of, you know.
Wait, he's on two pretty big shows.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool like to see him on Nashville, and that was his first thing, and he was so nervous, and like he crushed it. And
that's so cool.
Yeah. So.
Wow, what would be like your dream role?
I would do like Handmaid's Tale, or like I definitely love a drama.
Oh, Handmaid's Tale. That'd be dark.
Or I'd also love to do like New Girl. And
my God, yes.
I feel like you would crush like comedy.
I actually would love. I do not have the delusional confidence to get into acting.
You would crush it.
I tried to do. So do you know Play Agency in Vancouver?
Mm-hmm.
So my girlfriend used to work for them, and so I would do a couple. Like she'd be like, just go up for this audition, and I turned into such a loser who can't act. Like.
I did not believe that. I feel like you're like outgoing and.
Well, I could be myself in a show, but I don't think I could ever like. I cannot be sexy.
I cannot be like, that's my like biggest fear on TV is like a sexy role. I'm just not. I'm more just like gangly, like
same. I'm just like, I can be like funny and cool and what, but to try and be sexy, like I just can't do it. I remember there's one dance on Dancing with the Stars, and Artem was like, you have to be sexy for this part. Like he brought in another woman to like teach me how to move sexy, because I was just like, I can't do it. Like I just can't act sexy. I don't know why.
Yeah. For some reason it is hard. Like, I don't know.
I can if I'm like intimate with somebody and I like trust them, then I can be like let loose. But like on TV?
No, and in front of people.
Or in front of people?
I did one like scene. This was the movie with Chris Kattan. The whole scene was like this girl comes out of like the wave pool.
Yeah. Oh,
and in a little bikini. And I was like 16 at the time. So
Yeah.
it was like probably not even appropriate. But I was wearing contacts and the waves were like hitting me in the face.
no.
But they're like, be sexy when you come out. So I'd come out and like get hit with a wave and then my contact be like sliding. And they'd be like, sexier, sexier. And I'd be like, okay, let me try again. It wasn't that sexy. I think they like used the angle from behind or something.
I'm definitely going back and looking at this.
Oh, it's such a honestly, people like they always say that they like watch that movie every year, and I'm like,
Really?
Yes. I'm like, why?
I do. I'm going to add it to the repertoire now because I have like a list from like December 1st to the 30th. Like I have a different Christmas movie I watch every day. I'm adding
Okay, I
that
got
one
some
in.
Christmas movies for you then.
I love a Christmas movie. Even just thinking about Christmas movies, I like the cartoon ones, like a Muppet Christmas Carol
Okay.
and like The Grinch, but I like Home Alone, and I like the
Like
ones
Miracle
that are
on
like,
34th.
oh yes, and I love what's that one that came out? Kristen Stewart is in it. Happy Christmas, maybe.
Is it like where she goes to her girlfriend's place?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it's so funny.
Yeah.
And obviously like what's the Family Stone?
I don't know. I don't know. Wait, what's the Family Stone?
The Family Stone? Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh
A
my god, you have
classic?
to watch that one. Like watch it tonight.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, so we'll end it with a confession, an embarrassing story.
Okay. I'm trying to. Okay, this is actually an audition story from an audition.
Oh yes.
So this was like probably my first big like callback
Yeah.
ever. I was at the time living in Medicine Hat.
Yeah.
They flew me to Vancouver. It was like a big deal. My agent picks me up from the airport. We go in, and my parents are like jacked, like very excited
Yeah.
to see how it goes.
Yeah.
So I go into the audition room, and they're kind of like running behind. Like I don't know what time my call was at, but like just let's say it was at noon, and I don't go until 12:30. And I take all my stuff into the room because I didn't know like you can leave it out in the hall. I just like basically bring my suitcase and whatever. And I'm reading this part, and my mom calls my phone to see how the audition went, and I forgot to turn it on silent.
shit.
So it was like
shit.
the Britney Spears Toxic
No.
ringtone. And they're like, oh, your phone's going off. And for some reason, I was like, I don't have a phone. And my bag is like vibrating. And so they're like, okay. And it stops ringing. I start up again, and my mom calls again.
No, Mom.
And I had to like double down on my lie because I'm like, they're going to think I'm a liar.
Like who left their phone on? You're
I
like,
literally
blame
was
them?
like, I don't have a phone. Like, I have no idea. Like, don't have a phone. And they were like, okay, you do, whatever. I didn't get the part because they thought I was a complete liar. And I don't know why I did that. Like, I still think I'm like,
yeah, you
why
should
did
have just
I
been
say
like, shit, my
I
bad.
should have like turned it off. But
you
I
should
was
have
so
just started
nervous.
singing with it and like dancing to Toxic.
Like, what a little nerd. So
That's
I
fun.
still think of that. I'm like, what was I doing?
No, that's amazing.
Yeah. Just
Makes for a great story. Yeah, but this is more embarrassing. Not me one-upping you, but I think I might have told this on a podcast, but it would have been years ago. I was hanging out with a hockey player in the NHL, like a legit hockey player, hanging out with him, and I was so nervous. And my phone rang, and I had it as the like Hockey Night in Canada song. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm like a huge hockey fan, so I was like, oh my god. He was like, you like hockey, huh? I was like,
You're like, not really.
It's my ringtone.
Oh
Like
my God. So
the Hockey
funny.
Night in Canada ringtone while trying to be cool around a hockey player is not
Thank
the move.
God for like vibrate now.
Oh
Like-
God. Thank God for just silent mode.
I know.
Do not disturb,
Yeah.
please. Ever. God, Mom.
I know. So embarrassing.
I actually think it might have been my mom calling too.
probably checking in to see how it went. like, Mom,
Like,
stop.
Are you gonna marry a hockey player, Caitlin? It's your dream.
Oh my God. It's so funny.
That is hilarious. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having
This
me.
is so
You're
fun.
so sweet.
Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me at mackenzieporter.com or Mackenzie P Music on socials.
You went really fast. I feel like people
Oh, mackenzieporter.com or Mackenzie P Music on
P
socials.
as
Like just
in-
like not like P like peeing, but like
P.
just like P as
Yeah,
in like,
like
a
the
letter.
letter.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
coming
girl.
on. I'm Caitlin Bristow. I'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next